The 13th floor. The 13th floor.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are amazing. I am your moderator, B. Jones, and we got the other Jones on the podcast. BJ, what's happening?
Yes, sir. All good, man.
Man, a few words. And up top, Mr. Freshivation. What's going on, man?
I had to write it down. So many people is mispronouncing it. So, I want to make sure I got it out there on paper. Everybody go ahead and see and understand what time it is. This Freshivation thing is going global. So y'all better jump on the train. We out here. What's up, world?
That's all right. What you was getting, man? Freshivation?
I don't even remember what you said last week, but you didn't even say it correct. So it's all good. We ain't got nothing but love out here.
Moving right along. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 13th floor. The furniture has moved around my apartment. I'm in a new building.
Got new digs over there. We heard about that.
Yeah. It was an interesting situation, the whole thing.
How it all went down?
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to move over. Well, we thought we were supposed to move over the weekend, had it all set up and everything. And I get this call Wednesday, midday, saying, "Hey, Mr. Jones, we noticed that you hadn't picked your keys up." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we talked about it. My, fiance talked to the leasing office, everything, set everything up. We're supposed to be moving between the 15th and 18th. I was like, "No, we have here on your welcome letter the 13th. You're supposed to be turning your keys in on the 13th. I'm like, "Well, that's not gonna happen."
Like,
we gotta go to the office, and there's this big back and forth. The leasing agent that Chris had talked to prior to had fudged some stuff all the way up. So they just tried to put a whole lot of undue pressure in the situation, but we ended up moving over the weekend.
nice.
Fun times. Celebrated Founders Day with the bros in the midst of everything. So we're just moving around all the way.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. We also had some other interesting events take place during the weekend, man. I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. Everybody's been up in arms and talking about this whole Kaepernick situation. And I, for one, thought it was quite weird when I heard he was working out for the NFL and everything. But it was a lot that went into this whole workout situation for him and what was supposed to be 25 teams and the people who were supposed to put it together. And then he moves it from the Falcons practice field to some local high school, almost an hour away, causing all kinds of havoc and inconvenience for people, for everybody to show up. And there's like this big media day. So it was just a whole lot around this situation. And, for me, I thought it was kind of weird because Cap hadn't played in like 3 years. He had settled with the NFL over the grievance they had beforehand. And he had gotten really big in his social activism for, social justice, criminal police brutality reform and things. So it was really weird for me to hear him say, how much he was really looking forward to this tryout and, getting back into the league after, he had gone through so much, being blackballed and all of that situation. So, for me, it was really, really weird. But what do you guys think about it, PJ?
I first heard about it last week. We were going back and forth to shooting things when it dropped. The news dropped. I'm like, okay. I kind of felt it was coming sooner or later. I thought it should have happened like months ago. Like we're at the end of the regular NFL season is another 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So like at this point in time, I was kind of confused as why it's happening right now. But hey, at the same time, I heard y'all. If y'all don't know, I'm from Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's always sucked. And then I heard Cincinnati was going to scout him. I was like, hey, let him go. Like,
hey, we need a quarterback out here. Let's go get
it,
it,
baby.
Run a whole new team out there, but that's another story for a different time. But I'm like, hey, man, from what I saw, I didn't see any workout tape, but I saw one of his thank you notice posted to those teams that came out. Like my man said, he's been working. He's been ready for 3 years. He's ready to go. I mean, I applaud the effort of staying with it no matter what. Again, at the end of the day, that's your passion. That's what you do. You want to play, like go for it. Just don't go out there and think that you haven't been sitting around for 3 years, to put it that way, right? You've been actively doing stuff. Like you had the social activism going on, you had all these other things, but apparently you just weren't sitting on the couch getting fat, right? So if you still got it, use it, God-given talent. If somebody that's gonna give him a chance, I think he deserves a chance. I think he has from what I've seen and what I've heard people play. Again, I don't follow him every day or follow the NFL teams like that, but I heard he's probably better than some of the quarterbacks that are out there right now playing for some of these teams. So give him a man a shot.
Yeah, okay. I do think he's better than some of these quarterbacks out here. But I don't know what for me, I think the hard part is I got blackballed. I don't understand why the desire is to be in the NFL. Like I really don't understand it from his
Let me
vantage.
step in. Let me step in here. First off, let me start off with saying, you know, I definitely believe that Cap got the short end of the stick, right? He definitely should have been getting the opportunity way sooner than now to have this chance to get back in the league, and they should have been looking at him a lot more seriously for a long time. However, stepping back a couple weeks ago, or actually it might be about a month ago, everybody got up in arms, maybe a little bit more than a month ago, up in arms because Jay-Z took that position with the NFL. And now Jay-Z's cooning, and I can't believe all this stuff that Jay-Z talked all that stuff, but now he's working with the NFL.
Never believed that. I knew there was something working in the background since then.
Lo and behold, and lo, guess who had a part in making sure that this actual workout happened and this opportunity was given to Cap, right? And I'm sure it was nothing more than, of course, when Jay's in there, he's like, you guys need to figure out some way to put an end to this situation in the sense of you need to give him a shot, get away from making it seem like he's being blackballed regardless of anything, and really give him a fair shot in some type of way. And so that's how this workout was created. That's why it was created in the time frame it was. That's why it didn't happen earlier or anything like that, because this all happened post Jay-Z accepting that position with the NFL. Now, fast forwarding to this weekend when he had the opportunity and everything is going on, to make that change in such a short amount of time to this new venue, which it turned out was 50 miles away from the Atlanta field. But it also turns out that the real reason he didn't want to do it at the NFL place was because they said they wouldn't allow the cameras and all of the off-field hoopla that he wanted to be able to bring. So it turns out he actually had has a deal with YouTube for that. Part of it was being able to record and broadcast his actual tryout. Exactly. But then also once he got there, and I started watching after seeing it, and I saw what's Buddy's name? Come on ESPN, highest paid.
Stephen A.
Yep, Stephen A. He went off on Cap pretty much after seeing everything that went down. And I won't lie, I watched the workout film, and Buddy is ready. Don't get it twisted at all. But I think that this period of what he's become past sports, right, and the mark that he's made has put him. He has a small desire to play, but he's been put in a position that's so much bigger than sports that he doesn't want to play no more. That it was more about the statement and being able to continue that conversation and have it on it. Because at the actual tryout, there were still people out there with, we stand with Cap, no violence and stuff like that type T-shirts and hoodies and all this other stuff, where he was able to kind of control that narrative, which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. But it definitely changed from, look, bro, if you want to play football and you want to be in this league, like, there are steps that you got to take. Nobody's telling you can't kneel no more or anything of that nature, but you're given a once in a lifetime opportunity to have this. Like, we are never, ever in life going to see where the NFL says, we're going to do a personalized workout for this one individual to have an opportunity to play. We're never going to see this ever again, ever. And he messed that up ultimately at the end of the day. And it really came across as him wanting to be more the publicity statement and stun of it than it was about him really having a passion to get into the league. But with all that said, I'm pretty sure I saw today something that said 2 teams are interested. Because like I said, the workout tape was incredible. This man was rocketing like 40-yard passes like it was nothing. Like it was crazy.
So I've never played in the NFL. I have played the game of football. And I'm not taking anything away from Kaepernick's athletic ability. And I'm sure he did look good. I haven't watched the workout. He's an athlete. I don't expect that. He looks like he stayed in great shape. So I would love to see what everybody is talking about as such a great workout translate into performing that way on the field. There's nobody rushing him, on a workout. It's wide open field. You're supposed to be able to hit an open man and throw the ball
1,000%.
50 miles an hour or whatever.
I liken it to, in a sense, while by no means is he a Michael Vick, but I look at like Michael Vick's time off and him still being able to come back. While granted he was nowhere near where he was, however, the situation is different because over this whole time, one thing I will also say is Stephen A. Smith made the comment prior to him actually having the workout that like he had seen him, met with him, and he looked in phenomenal shape. Not great shape, phenomenal. Like he looked like he and I think they said he was doing two workouts a day, 6 days a week since he's been out. And so it's like, yeah, he looks and was ready. So again, it's definitely something I would be very interested in. And I think that it's like a not Roy Jones, like a Mayweather situation, right? Any team that gets him, they don't understand no matter what, you're gonna kill all types of sales and everything like that because people are coming. They want to come to either see him fail or they want to come to see him win. Like people are watching, yeah, they coming, they're watching, it's all gonna be there. That it's really is an opportunity for some team to go ahead and put him in a position to really hopefully shine, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Hey, Bengals, you heard that?
So I got a couple issues still lingering with this thing. First off, I know that he so you mentioned the media piece, and I didn't know that. I knew there was the
YouTube bill.
talk surrounding the YouTube, and I didn't know it was surrounding YouTube, but I know it was talk about him, wanting media present. I didn't know it was specific to his YouTube special or whatever he has going on. But another reason that I heard that he decided to move the venues was because of this liability waiver, and it basically being a little bit more broad that he wouldn't be able to, I guess, pursue some sort of litigation pertaining to any injury, anything related off of the field. So it wasn't just a standard injury waiver. So he says NFL refutes that. So that's just another little thing to add to the mix. But my bigger issue with it, or one of them, was, is this even for real? Because it's like BJ said, 4 weeks left in the season. You had a tryout for 25 teams posed and set up, ready to go. And if you really want to play in NFL, you got to know that you got to play by their rules once you get in. So are you really trying to get into the NFL, or are you trying to, like they say, do this publicity stunt? But when you get out here and you set all of this up, and, the NFL, you say you got 2 teams interested, but another 23, not really, feeling it. You went through what you went through 3 years ago being blackballed, and here we are. You 3 years removed. Yes, it's a bunch of teams out there that can use you, but is this even like a real shot? Like, are we taking advantage of a true opportunity, or is this just like, not lip service, but, it's just a show? Okay, we did it. We gave him his shot. We let him run around, throw the ball a little bit, his audition. Now we can get out of the way and say, we tried. Nobody wanted him even in this.
It was 1,000% the opportunity to dead this issue, but it was a strategic move. Like I said, it wasn't about the necessarily true shot of, yeah, we think that he's coming to the league by any means, but it was the look. This thing is lingering. It's been 3 years now. It is lingering. What do we do to hopefully dead this situation of people putting this stigmatism on the NFL pretty much?
They put it back on the team owners right now, and that's what it is. So no matter what litigation was there, now it's up to the teams that were present, those who decided they wanted to show up. And if nothing happened, again,
it was a fair shot. And that's why I refer back to Jay-Z, because it was really him coming in there and them having that conversation with like, how do we end this? What is the way? What is the real way to reconcile this situation? What is it possible that we can do? And ultimately, that was really the only thing.
So you talk about the real way to reconcile this situation, right? So let's think big picture for a second, and look at this as an example or a model, for just injustice in general. What was accomplished or what was gained throughout that whole workout situation, or even just the events through the weekend?
From who?
From Kaepernick, I could say Kaepernick's side, but I guess I'm thinking along the larger
I mean,
movement.
it was publicity per
because
Kaepernick, but this was not about the movement, though, right? This wasn't about it shouldn't have been about the movement. It wasn't. It was about Kaepernick getting back into playing football, because at the end of the day, resulting from him taking a knee ended in him not being able to play in the NFL, right?
Mhm.
Him taking a knee is ultimate. What everybody's like, yo, they blackballed him from playing in the NFL because of him taking a knee. That's why it's an issue. That's messed up. That's what it is. Nobody's expecting the NFL to end police brutality. That was not what anybody's thought process has been as far as this situation is concerned with the tryout, right? It was literally about, look, it's unfair that Kaepernick got blackballed in everybody's eyes. So we need to figure out a way to give him what seems like a fair shot, an opportunity to be back in here that everybody knows. That's why it was done on a public stage. That's why it was done in a forum that everybody had the opportunity to see, in a place that everybody could know, look, we actually gave him a fair shot. Y'all got to see, everybody got to see how he worked out. And look, either teams were interested or no teams weren't, but they wanted to make sure it was publicly done. There was no way to kind of like, oh, well, nah, y'all really didn't. Nah, we gave him a real, and actually gave him a better shot than anybody in the history of the NFL has ever been given to be placed on a team, right? There's never been, in the situation of the NFL, in the league of the National Football League, where an individual player has received an individual workout on a national stage for everyone to see when the season's almost over. You know what I mean? So it was ultimately just about giving him a shot in a public opportunity to see, look, it's not us blackballing him. What they hoped is he was going to come out there and look stupid. You know what I mean? He was going to be whacked. What are you shaking your head?
I feel like it's all bullshit.
Of course it is.
I don't think, and so for me, it's a waste of time. Like, you didn't move anything forward, and I liken it to, the situation in Maryland with these cannabis licenses that are built for minorities. Yeah, we gonna give you this. We're gonna dangle this carrot. We're gonna make it seem like we're doing something, but this is all smoke and mirrors. I don't feel like anything.
It wasn't though, because you're taking movement and not looking at, look, the black and white of what the opportunity was showing that, yo, we are not blackballing him anymore. This is his real opportunity to showcase how physically talented he is and give him a real opportunity to get back in the league. That was the only thing on the table. It has nothing to do with the movement, progression of people, what Kaep and Kaep turned it into, okay, I'm gonna make it back about the movement and we stand with Kaep and all of this other stuff. But all this was supposed to be about was, hey, look, everybody is telling us and saying the stigmatism is that we have blackballed you from the league and we won't even give you a shot. So now we're going to give you the best shot that we've ever given any person. What?
That's it's the language. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give you a shot. What the fuck? What does that mean?
What else can they do though, Brett? Like what else can they do but have a tryout opportunity for you to showcase your talent and hopefully have a team say, you know what, you look talented, because he has not been given the opportunity to go and work out with any of these individual teams. And so what other way did they have to show, like, look, we're giving him a fair shot? All it was about.
But it's the intent. So again, it's to give him a shot, not to get him in the league. It's to give him a shot.
But they can't guarantee that.
They can't guarantee it. And that's why I think the whole, I don't know. I'm beyond like the NFL when it comes to Kaepernick and what he should be doing. Now, granted, this is his life. He living it. If that's how he feel, that's what he wants.
I think he is too, though. I think that you're 1,000% right, and he only used it as a publicity stunt in a way to have more eyes and ears on him. Because I don't think that seriously he wants to go back to the league. I think that he has come to enjoy the new role that he has, but he can't say that, right?
But even that's selfish, and that's not big picture, because the speech he gave afterwards was like, I've been ready for 3 years. I'm here. Stop hiding. You know what I'm saying? You see what I can do. Let's go ahead and make this thing happen. Somebody sign me or whatever. That was the grandiose speech at the end of it. So even if he was trying, if it turns into a spectacle of him trying to bring attention to himself, again, I think we're getting so far away from, what his individual like worth is when it comes to this whole thing. I don't know. To me, it's just like I said when it was first brought about. It's weird. Like it just doesn't seem.
It's
right.
1,000% weird, but it's also you can't force nobody to be. And even though he has put himself in that position slightly, it's still like, yo, that man's a football player. That man's an athlete. You know what I mean? And while he has progressed into what he has, like, yo, at the end of the day, like, you can't. That dude's been wanting to play that game since he was a little boy. You know what I mean? Like, forever. That it's again, only he knows the true, real ins and outs of what he feels. But again, all it was about this weekend was being given a shot, and that's all they could do. And I don't disagree at all. Like, I'm actually was kind of like, oh, that's what's up. The fact that they gave him that opportunity, because I see what it was. It wasn't about nothing else more than, yo, we need to stop this stigmatism that everybody's telling us that we blackball him. And we're telling all the owners they can't hire him and all of this other stuff. And he's not getting no workouts at XYZ. We need to put in what way can we allow people to see and say, hey, we actually gave him an opportunity. Not a shot, we gave him an opportunity to show everyone what he really still has, and to hopefully have a team say, hey, you know what, you actually do have a lot more than we thought. We want to mess with you. That's all it was about, period, point blank. It had nothing to do with no movements, no nothing. He kind of turned it into that, but it didn't have nothing to do with that. It was just about an opportunity, and to do it in a public forum that allowed everybody to be able to fairly say, you know what, they gave him a shot. Now that part of the conversation is over. We can still talk about police brutality and everything like that, but that's not the NFL's burden. They are trying to get that stigmatism of, hey, you guys blackballed him. You guys didn't give him no fair shake. And so that was their main purpose.
I guess when you look at it that way, purpose fulfilled. I don't know. It just don't.
It's a business, bro. You thinking more movement is because you thinking with your heart, not your head. I get it. But yeah, that's why. Point blank, period.
So when it came to the Jay-Z situation, wasn't Kaepernick like a little bit more disappointed in Jay-Z when he sat down with Roger Goodell and them?
Of course he was. But I mean, at the same time, I don't think that him and Jay talk like that. You know what I mean? Like it ain't like they're like close and boys and stuff. Like, of course they've had conversations. It did come out after this that Jay-Z that they said people are saying Jay-Z was disappointed with how he took the opportunity on and what he did by moving the workout and all of this other stuff. But of course everybody was talking about Jay-Z was cooning when he took the job. And how dare he does this. But people get so lost in like he's still a business person, and you can't impose change from the outside, right? Change happens within. I don't care how much you tell me I want to change or need to change until I decide myself. That's what happens. Same thing with organizations. Change happens within, not from somebody telling them.
You can't let everybody know your ultimate moves anyway. So if that was the ultimate goal, you can't publicly state that from the get-go. Like, I have a motive of why I'm doing this. People on the outside are going to say whatever they want to say, but I know what my intent was, what my focus was, and what my intended outcome is going to be. That's what I'm working towards. It's not really about the naysayers or those supporting me or going against me, right? Because again, if this was a plan, it was outlined from the get-go, then the opportunity for him to even be in that position probably would have been halted. For Jay-Z to be in that position would have been halted.
I'm about to say this had nothing to do with him getting that position. All this was once he got the position, Jay, that was one of the first conversations. Look,
we gotta find a way to
how do we dead this? What do we do? What can we do to dead this situation? Everybody knows that the NFL is not going to stop police brutality, but everybody right now is saying that done this to this black person, and we are not a black-friendly league. We need to figure out how to fix this. What can we do? Oh, Jigga, oh, Jehovah, please let us know.
Oh man, that's funny. I was a fan of the Jay-Z move. Honestly, I didn't think there was any cool thing about it. And
Y'all can check my Instagram and my Facebook. I loved it. You know what I mean? But I understand business moves. You know what I mean? I understand the bigger picture in that it wasn't about short-sightedness. It's about the long play.
yeah. So what do you think is in store for Mr. Kaepernick then?
I really do hope there are teams with actual. I love a comeback story, right? Who doesn't? So I'd be back watching the NFL if they tell me, yo, he's on the the Bengals.
I might have to go by.
To say,
first time in my life.
About to be bangled up, real facts. So I mean, I'm excited. Speaking of another comeback, I know I'm a break segment, but Melo, he back, baby. What y'all think of that?
I heard about that.
Carmelo Anthony is back in the league. He coming back to the Portland.
Well,
Portland picked him up.
Oh yeah, Portland been
Ain't
struggling.
no second man.
Portland, nah, they've been struggling. He got a second man, McCullough. TJ is
McCullough.
CJ is balling, but they've been having issues with the small forward in their this beginning of the season has been pretty tough for them.
Man, I love Melo, and I wish him nothing but success.
I hope it's hoodie Melo.
You feel like what? Huh?
I want hoodie Melo.
Hoodie Melo
Rocking a hoodie. That's when Melo used to get busy. Be in the warm-ups with the hoodie on. You like, bro, you got to be hot.
Hoodie
Melo.
Coming off the bench.
Melo don't come off the. I don't know. I'm sure he's probably coming off the bench. I don't know. I know they've had some. They literally had a 19-year-old rookie in the small forward position. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'd say probably early he may not start just from like learning the system, but I wouldn't be surprised with him getting in there. You know, moving up real quick.
I don't know. That's gonna be interesting, man. I don't think Melo got it in the gas tank, man. I love him to death and everything, but I don't see him helping any team. Really.
Yo, his offense is still impeccable. It's his defense is that suspect. It's always defense, and his offense is going to be better now, especially because he's not a main threat, right? Like he's not the person that they're double teaming and like, oh, you know what I mean? We gotta make sure Melo is our focus. He's gonna be the third, fourth option. Where it's like, yo, he still got that jumper. Don't think that thing ain't wet. But the real question in his package is whether or not he's gonna play defense. I think I saw a stat where they said that when he was on the Rockets, they were with him on the court. They were like the other team would score like 125, and if he was off the court, then maybe they'd score like 110. It was like something like that. Like the gap was horrible.
That's horrible. Shout out to Melo. Good luck, sir.
Yes. Melo.
Fresh, we stand with you, man. I forgot to get it on in the beginning of the podcast, but we need that fresh ovation for the week.
All right, we're gonna go on to the daily affirmations. This one I actually dropped today too. I did some searching through what I've done over the past week, but actually this one felt good for today. So as I become more and more aware of myself in eternal consciousness, I become more peaceful and at ease with all that happens in my life. I am superior to negative thoughts and low actions. Physical reality reflects this peace back to me. Everything in my life is exactly as it should be. Go ahead and type I'm connected and peaceful in the comments if you affirm this affirmation, if you are feeling that spirit. And I'm going to allow this to resonate throughout your what will be Friday and into your weekend, ladies and gentlemen, globally, worldwide.
There it is. BJ, you got anything for the people before we get out of here?
At this point in time, no, man. We're coming to the holidays. I said no, but yeah, I do. Yeah. It popped in my head just when I was about to say it. Like, so this part of time, like, you're going to be around family, you're going to be around friends, and people are going to have get-togethers, and you're going to be around people you haven't, you may talk to all the time, may not see in a while, But again, don't let the people who are not part of your daily actions steal your dreams, man. You may be sharing that next step of what you're gonna do as far as entrepreneurship or going back to school or supporting your girlfriend when she's going back to school, whatever the case may be, man. But these are your plans and it is your future.
Hey,
and all the other people have, they want to look out for you. They do not dictate what you do and do not dictate your life. You make your own decision and you push forward with it. So don't let the holidays, as somebody said it, but don't you be the turkey on Thanksgiving by them taking all you, stealing all you and stuffing you with all that foolishness, man.
don't let don't let it be the outside, the inside, left side, or the right side. I don't care if you only see them for the holidays or you see them every day. Don't let nobody take your motivation, your freshivation, your ability to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna break the mold. I'm gonna do exactly what they say I can't do, because let me tell you, you can. 100% believe it, understand it, know it, go get it.
Go get it. Like my man Kaep. They told him he couldn't do it.
Hey, what
he's
he
out
doing?
here trying to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you you follow us on Instagram, Facebook at 13th Floor, please. You can get this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Vimeo each and every week. And yeah, like that, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for listening here on the 13th floor, where the furniture isn't always the best, but the views are
We out, chill.
147. So,
The 13th floor. The 13th floor.